So the next category is beauty, and I've split those into 4 subcategories, the first of which is fragrance. And the first fragrance that I'm going to talk about is this one, and it's Vicky Teal Bonaparte. I'd never heard of it before. And my mom got this for me, and she has this uncanny knack of picking fragrances that I do not think that I would like, that I absolutely love. One of my all-time favorite perfumes, which is J'adore by Dior, my mom bought for me the first time, and I thought, there's no way I'm going to like that. It just smells too pretty, and it's easily my top 2 or 3 perfumes in my collection. So when she gave this to me, I didn't think that I would like it, and I didn't open it for a while, and then I just went ahead and spritzed some on, and I really liked it. I don't know how you would describe the smell. I am very bad at pulling out notes. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Okay, so it says 21 Bonaparte is an ultra feminine and sensual oriental floral fragrance. Top notes: cassis creme, mandarin, and star anise. Yeah, I don't get any of that, but it smells great. So that's the first one. The next perfume is by Jo Malone, and it is the Dark Amber and Ginger Lily Cologne Intense. Let's see if we can get it to focus. And it smells really good, really musky, which is my usual preference, which is another reason why I'm so surprised by this. I just felt that it was very warming, which is why I enjoyed using it throughout the winter. And I find the Jo Malones, and especially this one, the Cologne Intenses, to be very long wearing, which has not been my experience with some of the other perfumes in my collection. But I really have enjoyed wearing this, so this is another fragrance favorite. The next subcategory is makeup, and I only have one item in this category, and it is this, let me read it first, Event Cosmetics Volumizing Lip Care. And it's just a clear and somewhat, I don't want to say tacky, but thick gloss. I have some on now because my lips were already feeling parched, but see, it's just this clear gloss. And it's very moisturizing. I don't find it to be volumizing on my lips, but it does give a little bit of a tingle, almost like you've put peppermint on your lips, and that's really nice, but it is so moisturizing. So I'm almost out of this one. I ended up replacing it because it's been really great. This has been a wonderful addition to my lip care regimen. The next subcategory is skincare, and the first item is lotion, and specifically hand lotion, which I always have with me. This is what I use, the L'Occitane Dry Skin Hand Cream, and I have been using this for years. I have the big one in my work bag, and then the little one, multiple little ones in my nightstand, my bathroom, and in various bags. I'm never without hand cream, and these I find are very moisturizing without leaving that oily residue. My skin just sucks it up. Love these. Another part of my skincare regimen that you may as well file under lifetime favorites rather than just February favorites is the Aveda Botanical Kinetics Exfoliant. It's a liquid exfoliator. I have been using this for at least 15 years. No joke. I don't have loyalties to many skincare products, although I'm starting to form loyalties to some, but this has been a consistent part of my regimen for over a decade, well over a decade. It exfoliates my skin gently without drying it, and it's just fantastic. I love the smell of it too. I'm not even gonna try to give you the notes. It smells like clean to me. this stuff is awesome. The last category or subcategory is hair, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is this tea tree oil and sage shampoo. I'm talking about this more for the tea tree oil rather than the brand of the shampoo, because I have 2 other bottles of tea tree oil shampoo that I'm going to try once this is done, because I'm still trying to figure out which one will be best for my hair. It took me a long time to figure out how to care for my natural hair, because I used to relax my hair and then I would just use like Pantene Pro V and shampoo and conditioner, and I just never felt like I had super healthy hair. It was always breaking off. And so over the years, I have found that of all the shampoos that I've tried, tea tree oil makes my scalp feel the cleanest, the freshest, even the most moisturized, less itchy. It's spectacular stuff, this tea tree oil, and so I have been really tickled to finally find a shampoo that makes my head and hair feel good after using it. The next item in the hair category is this ORS olive oil cream hair dress for extra rich for dry, thirsty hair. And I actually found this because of my brother. My brother uses this, and he and I were traveling together, and I had forgotten my hair oil. I used to spritz something in my hair, but it would leave all this residue all over my pillowcases, even when I would sleep with a head wrap. And so I asked him if I could borrow some of his, and I did, and my hair drank it up. It loved it. My hair was so soft, my scalp felt amazing, and so I have used nothing else to moisturize my hair ever since. It's this very thick cream, and I have very dry hair, and it's very fragile and brittle, as most people with my hair type experience, and so this is so moisturizing, and my dreadlocks have never felt so, I don't know, so bouncy and soft and buoyant as when I started using these. And this doesn't leave a residue all over my stuff when I sleep. So that is why this is a favorite. It's probably going to be a lifetime favorite. So the next item is food and drink, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is chai. So I was doing this Whole30, I did it for 60 days, revamp of my diet, where I eliminated all processed carbs, as well as other things, and you can read more about, and I will probably talk in the future about the Whole30 diet. My husband was drinking chai tea from Starbucks. He bought the concentrate and he mixed it with his milk, and it smelled so good to me, and I wanted it so badly, but I couldn't have it because of the added sugar. So I went to a local grocer looking for a chai tea concentrate that didn't have any added sugar, didn't exist. But as I was looking, I found this Blue Lotus chai, traditional masala chai tea powder. It is so good. It has no sweeteners, no milk powder, no artificial flavorings, no artificial coloring, no additives, no mess, and no steeping. But it's just this, I don't know if you can see it, this powder, and it has a little scoop in there. And I use this to make my own chai tea that I sweetened with dates, and I actually put the recipe up on my blog. It is delicious. I don't think that I'll ever drink any other kind of chai again. I'm just going to make it that way. It's so good. It has been a welcome addition to my diet. The next item in the food and drink category is more tea. I love tea. This is a very big tea house, and I have really been enjoying this Yogi Egyptian licorice tea. I really like the Yogi teas. And I really love the taste of licorice. I know some people love it or hate it. I am in the love category, and they describe this as warming and naturally spicy sweet, and I agree. I mean, curling up on the couch with a nice cup of this Egyptian licorice tea after you walk in from the wet rain is such a treat, and especially since I wasn't and I'm still not eating much in the way of processed carbs, to have a little sweetness without any added sugar was really wonderful. So this is definitely a favorite and probably saved my marriage in February. So the next category is the miscellaneous category, and it also has to do with tea. I didn't realize as I was gathering everything together how much I was going to be talking about tea, but the miscellaneous item is this, my Smeg electric tea kettle. And I'm not going to bring it too much closer because it's quite spotted and it needs a good shine. So, but here's another quick look at it. It's the Smeg electric teapot. Set it down here. And when I would visit my husband when he was still living there, or friends in Europe, I noticed that they would boil their tea in an electric tea kettle, and I never understood the difference between the two. Why wouldn't you just boil your water on the stove like a normal person? And then for some reason I decided to get this teapot and try it, and I love it. I love it. One of the main things that I love about this teapot is that it doesn't whistle. The sound of a tea kettle whistling it has the same effect on me as an ambulance or a fire truck driving by, like the sirens going off. It just makes me, I can't even think of anything else until it's gone. And for some reason the tea kettle has always bothered me in that way when it goes off. And so as soon as I heard the start of the noise, I would dash into the kitchen to pull it off the stove so that it wouldn't reach the high pitch level, or I would boil it with the lid open so that it would just steam and you would never know when it was ready. I'd just have to go check on it, and it could have been boiling for 5 minutes before I remembered that I had tea on the stove. This thing is awesome because you push the lever down, and then when it's done, it turns itself off. So you can just go about your business, and it keeps the water warm until you're ready to prepare your tea. So I stand fully corrected. Electric tea kettles are awesome, and my Smeg one is the bomb. And finally, the last category, which is memories. And I do have two. I had several, but I narrowed it down to two that made me really, really happy. And the first one was a moment where I was visiting home, and my sisters were there, and I had one of my sister's heads in my lap, and I had my arm around my other sister, and it was just so special. I love those girls, so that was a very heartwarming memory. The second memory was we had the pleasure of celebrating a very dear friend's 50th birthday. 50, looking not a day over 40, by the way. And we girls dressed up in 1920s garb and went to this Harry Potter / 1920s themed party. I still am not entirely certain of the connection, but the party was great. It was so fun. And there was a moment where we took a picture of ourselves that is, to say that it was unflattering doesn't do it justice. It was a terrible photo, and we were dying laughing. We still laugh about it. In fact, we were just talking about it again last night. It was such a fun night celebrating such a wonderful woman. So I had a lot of good memories this month, but I had to narrow it down to two. So those are the two that I picked. Very wonderful, heartfelt memories. That concludes my February favorites. I really hope that you liked this video. I certainly enjoyed sharing these fun favorites with you. please feel free to leave me any comments, questions, or concerns down below. And please also remember to subscribe and help me reach my goal of 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I would very much appreciate it. That would be a favorite when that happens. I hope that you have a good rest of your day. It's the weekend here, so I hope that you have a good weekend if it's the weekend where you are, or a good rest of your week if it's not the weekend. And I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Peace-ians.